Hello everybody, it's Bill, that college football guy, here with another video. What the hell? He's in the sleeper. Yeah, my jacket, my clothes here, and I was recording the video the first time out in the truck, and video, because of where I'm at, sun's down at eyeball level right here, so it literally was cooking my phone. The point is just glitching out. Wanted to get the video out today, so I guess we're gonna have to do it in here. Video. This is actually a video suggestion that came out of the comment section. I had done the video about Big Ten SEC expansion that along with other people believe eventually the SEC and the Big Ten are going to get to 20 schools, a 9-game conference schedule. And the idea was, I suggested, was what if they're not taking 6 ACC schools? What if it's 5 ACC schools in Kansas? Kansas fans push back. We're not going to the Big Ten. We fought against slavery. We're not going to go to the SEC. I'm like, yeah, I actually had that comment. The war ended a while back. I hate to break it to you. If you're living on that moment, you are slightly behind. All right, now, but it doesn't have to be Kansas. What if another school leaves? And it's not the SEC. Maybe the Big Ten takes one. So the point of the video is not Kansas per se going. The point of the video is, what if, because of SEC and Big Ten expansion, one SEC school ends up, or one Big 12 school leaves? That puts you down at 15. In my notes right here. So what are your options? Well, the first option is we're going to grab somebody from the ACC, and the number one candidate, most likely everybody believes, would probably be Louisville. Louisville, I'm not going to get into on the ACC stuff because that's not the point of this video. The point of the video was a scenario that I made in the comments section, which everybody said I should make a video, and a previous video I made in the comment section of that it should be, and everybody who was commenting on it said maybe it should be a standalone video of its own because there's a lot of options. The premise of the video is this. Big 12 school leaves. SEC, Big 10, one of them. Doesn't matter what school it is because you're down to 15. You're not at 16 anymore. You're now at 15. And for some reason, the premise of the video is this. You can't get anybody from the ACC. Nobody. Nobody from the ACC is going to join. So then what? Well, let's see. We're going to get somebody. What if you don't? We will. Really. Like the Pac-12 getting $50 million a year? You really want to be that dumb and make that guarantee? Would you bet your house, your car, your clothes, and everything you have and everything you'll ever make on that right here, right now? No, you won't, because it's not guaranteed. Because the fact is, because of the settlement, because of revenue sharing, none of the schools that could possibly consider going to the Big 12 could afford $75 million to leave early. They couldn't afford it. Or their chancellors and the university and the faculty or the taxpayers of the state won't pay for it because there's no money. So you're going to have to wait till 2036 to get somebody from the ACC. That's the premise of the video. You lose a school, you can't grab anybody from the ACC until 2036. Here's the idea. Do you A, stay at 15 until then, or B, grab one G5? Now, there's options for the G5, and I'm going to go through all of it. Some of them are going to say, wait a minute, they're going to go to the ACC. I've had a talk, or actually, I got talked to, might be more appropriate, from somebody from the ACC that I've talked to and known for quite a few years, who's around a university, and basically the same thing even said is, the story would come out, we've heard about the story of like-minded universities and private universities with like-mindedness going with Notre Dame to form an exclusive conference. What is it? Notre Dame going, shut up. I run this. You're going to do what we tell you to do. If you want to get any money, you do what we say. Shut up, kids. Do what we do. Go in the corner, go play with your crayons. I could care less. Who is willing to be under Notre Dame's thumb? That's who it is. Private, like-minded universities. No, who has no choice? Whether you believe what I'm saying about this or not, there's one thing that I can say. The ACC is willing to drop down football-wise all the way to 10. 10 schools. Because that would be Notre Dame for basketball, 11 basketball members, 20-game conference schedule. Everybody plays everybody twice. Football, 10 members. That's a 9-game conference schedule. Everybody plays everybody. There you go. They're willing to get down that far. If they drop below that number, that's when they would add somebody. Now, that's the drop dead number. They have to. Now, they would consider doing it if they drop below 12. So you're talking losing 6 members. They only lose 5. Like I'm talking about here. You lose 5 ACC schools and 1 school from the Big 12. They're at 12. They won't add. They won't. Which now puts the AAC schools as their invite to the ACC may not be as concrete as some of us once thought. So now, in this scenario, the Big 12 has a choice to add us to either because they lost a school and they can't get anybody from the ACC because of money. Nobody's wanting to come early. Oh, we're going to get private equity. We're going to get Redbird. Shut up about that. That's not the point of this. A lot of you that I've gotten in Big 12 fans, not all of you, nowhere near all of you, but there's a small little group that are on this delusion that you're going to run everything. Shut up. Okay? We get private equity, we're going to get Florida State and Clemson, and we're going to grab everybody. And how many times were you dropped on your head as a baby? Yeah, I got that in direct messages or comments or whatever. Not all of you, nowhere near all of you. A small little few is screwing it up for the rest of you. The scenario is simple. You don't get any ACC schools. Your private equity falls through. Every plan you have goes to crap, which is happening for a lot of people right now. Right, Nico? I couldn't resist. Anyway, just couldn't resist. I'll deal with him later when something actually happens. But your option is you don't get anybody from the ACC regardless. Do you stay at 15 or do you grab a G5? And with the ACC is saying on there, and they might go in there, I'm bringing all these schools in because there's a possibility the ACC may not add. As crazy as it sounds right now, it's a possibility. Depends on how far down they get. It also depends on the fact if ESPN says you have to add somebody. So that also is a big key in this. So let's run down the list. Okay, the number one school in everybody's list for G5s coming in would be Memphis for most people. Great football program, great basketball program. Market, does market really value the G5 mainly with the fact is you're successful or not? Are you able, is travel easy to get in and out of? Is enough hotel rooms and whatnot to accommodate everybody? Because that's a legitimate concern. Do you have the infrastructure to accommodate power schools coming in? Do you have the resources, the extra manpower, the programs you have to start up, the facilities, manpower, all of that, the extra money, which is hundreds of millions of dollars? Can you pull that off? Is Memphis a candidate? Possibly. They are. How about Tulane? Would I put them on the same level as Memphis? Not really. Well, they're in New Orleans. It's like saying SMU's in Dallas, like they have a big chunk. SMU's in Dallas, they get a big chunk of the Dallas market. The Cowboys would say otherwise. So would the Mavericks. So would. Should I keep going? No. Very small. But I would not put Tulane, even though they have it's the same level as Memphis to get in the Big 12. So I'm going to have to put them below Memphis. South Florida. They were one of the ones everybody thought was going to be a shoestring, not shoestring, but a shoe-in to get into the ACC. That might not happen. South Florida, working on the stadium, has the facilities. Tampa market, it's in Tampa. You got access. Hotel rooms you do have. Former rival with UCF. You get 2 in the state again. So I'd say, yeah, they're a possibility. UConn. With the Big 12 subsidized UConn football. UConn's making improvements until you get an on-campus stadium. This is a non-starter. If you want to have everything in the same conference, and you not gonna have an on-campus stadium, Big 12's not touching you. You have to have more. And right now, I would put UConn below Memphis and South Florida. Same level as Tulane. Now we got 3 schools left on the list who I think would be candidates. UNLV. I have my Vegas bias, living there for 40 years. Are they in a great market? Yes. Do they have hotel rooms? This is Vegas. Of course they got hotel rooms. You want the convention? How many rooms do you want? I mean, it's Vegas. They're having trouble right now. Getting people to come into hotel rooms, not a problem. So, that. Do they have the athletics? Right now, no. Basketball is nothing to be desired right now. It is in serious need of work. It's seriously in need of improvement. A lot of work's got to be done there. They just hired a new head coach. Hopefully they're getting things on the right track. Football has been improving, but realistically, if you want to get in as a G5, you need like a 10-year track record. 10-year track record of doing well. Actually, it's 4 schools left. I forgot. UNLV was after the first 3. This is the 4th school left. So I would put UNLV below Memphis and South Florida. And because they at least have the hotel rooms, same level as Tulane and UConn. Last 3. Boise State. Brand name, success. Do they have the infrastructure right now? Do they have the stadium capacity? Boise's got to double their building. The building's too small. They got to double it. Right now, it's way too small. They're going to have to do it. I don't know how Boise State can pull that off. But the stadium capacity, the infrastructure right now, no, they're not ready. Would I put them on the same level as Memphis and South Florida? That's a tough call. Because they have on there. Could they get it done? Yeah, I guess they would be on the same level as Memphis and South Florida. Washington State. Wazoo. Former Pac-12 school of the heyday, current Pac-12, but former of the heyday Pac-12, has the infrastructure there. They've had to get rid of personnel, but they can get them back. They know what it takes to be a power school. Technically, they still are. They know what they know what the infrastructure is. They know what needs to get done. That's not a problem. Do they have enough hotel rooms to get by for the Big 12? Yeah, they do. Do they have the money? Because right now they're having financial problems. Are they ahead of Memphis, South Florida, and Boise? No. Same level as all of them. Which leaves one school who I think is probably the most likely candidate. And that's Oregon State. When the Pac-12 dissolved, Oregon State had done everything right. Athletically, on point. Still have a national championship caliber baseball team. You have athletically on point. Academically, they're not AAU, but they were working their way up to it. Facilities. Down there. I mean, it's not the best market in the world. It's a Corvallis. Yeah, but they had everything you needed. They had done everything right. And it got literally yanked out from under them. I felt bad for them because, I mean, they had the chat and they should be getting one. But Do they have the facilities and everything else? Yes. Do they have the money problems? No. Do they have the people willing to spend the money? Yes. Are they in as big of a metropolitan market? No. But I put them ahead of Memphis and South Florida and Boise and Washington State. Now, secondary question. Media deal. Big 12 right now is on its media deal. Now, this is going to go out to the ACC schools. The Big 12 is a crap conference. Oh, the ACC is a crap conference. Both of y'all making this comment, shut up. Seriously, shut up. The Big 12, whether you're a lover, hater, or not, when their deal comes up in 2031, they're getting more money. What has happened since their last deal? Well, obviously, they added Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. That wasn't there when they had the 4 G5s coming in. They weren't part of the program when they added them in. When Brett Yormark did the absolute brilliant move, whether it was a behest of ESPN and Fox, I don't know, to jump ahead in line. Yeah, they took less money, but right now he's a 5-star genius for doing it. So, that being said, they're going to get more money because what's happened since then? Oh, the G5 schools aren't worth anything. Has Central Florida lived up to the billing? No. Has Cincinnati? No. Houston basketball? Yes. Football's got some work to do. Houston basketball? Oh, yeah. Definitely lived up to it. Battle for the national championship. BYU, one of the top 3 brands in the Pac, one of the top 3 or 5 brands in the Big 12 right now. Nobody can dispute that. They're getting it done. And Arizona State made it to the CFP. Arizona basketball doing good. Utah as a brand on there, it has a brand value. They're having a little bit of athletic trouble right now, but that's going to correct itself. And Colorado with Coach Prime, ratings bonanza. Big 12 is going to get a bigger deal. Okay? How much more money? I don't know. But they're going to make a bigger deal. They say, oh, we're going to grab this many schools from the AC. Shut up. That's not the point of this. Shut up. Even with losing a school, like a Kansas or whoever, I'd still think you'd make more money than you're making now. So, that being said, with ESPN and Fox kind of, I hit the damn curtains here, but I'm trying to emphasize a point. Hey, stupid. You might want to add this one. Or don't add anybody and wait. Would ESPN and Fox have a say in this? Oh, yeah. Who are we kidding? Like someone came up to me. There has never been a case where a media partner has ever told a conference who to add. Y'all forget about the American when they added all those Conference USA schools because everybody thought they were raiding the Sun Belt. But the Sun Belt's a part of the ESPN family of conferences. Conference USA at the time was not. So go raid from them so that we don't hurt one of our own conferences. Yeah, they don't do it. Bull, they don't. SEC's talking to ESPN right now, and they're picking favorites on the expansion targets. There are a lot of favorites to ESPN, so shut up with that idea. Give me a break. They do have a say. Would they make a nudge to go in a particular direction? Now, payout. ESPN and Fox are not paying a full share for any of these schools. Are they going to pay half share? Probably not. Would they come in for a quarter share? Say your new deal is $40 million. Would they come in at 10? No. Especially if you got to wait 10 years. Now, if you offered them a third, say you got a $40 million deal, you're offering 13, because they're going to have to pay a higher end level of revenue sharing now and the extra travel. 13 to start maybe a 5-year or 10-year period to get up the full share. All things being equal in the candidates. Would South Florida take 13? Yeah. Would Tulane take 13? Yeah. Would Memphis take 13? Yeah. I didn't bring up UTSA and North Texas because I don't think they would qualify for this. I don't think, because the Big 12's already got enough Texas schools. They're not going to add any more. Would UConn take the money? Yeah, they would. Would UNLV? In a heartbeat. Would Boise? Yeah. Would Washington State and OSU? They earlier scoffed at a half share from the Big 12 before. And that obviously didn't happen. That's according to rumor and innuendo. But would Oregon State, Washington State, would you take a third share? $13 million to go into the Big 12? 10 years later, you're making 40, or whatever the hell the deal ends up being. Or maybe it's 5 years. I don't know how it works. Figure out something. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Would they take the shares? Well, you know what? I've done enough running about this in notes here. Why don't you let me know what you think about all this down in the comments? So, again, thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned. I just realized that when I came in earlier. Oh, it's that mud from up in Michigan. If you haven't done it already, do me a favor. Smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. This video be seen by more people. Lets YouTube know to promote it. Comment on the video. Scenario. Big 12 loses a school. They don't get to add anybody from the ACC, no matter how bad, or private equity, or Redbird, or whatever the hell else. You don't get anybody from the ACC. Do you stay at 15 until 2036, or do you add a G5? And if you do add a G5, who? I want to know in the comment section. And I'm going to be some in the comment section. We're going to get the ACC. We're not going to lose anybody. Delusion equals failure in this. You better believe Brett Yormark has got a plan in place just in case this happens. He's not dumb. He knows this is a possibility. But anyway, and going on there, who would it be? Let me know in the comments. Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done it already, check out some other videos I've done if you like them. Hey, subscribe to the channel. First off, all the new subscribers, thank you. I got comments made to me in direct messages going, why are you focusing so much on the Pac-12 and the Mountain West? Because that's what's going on. Kind of in a dead period called the off season. Might have heard of it. Some of y'all be begging for these videos starting around May 1st. Long-term ones know what I'm talking about. Subscriber roll call starts May 1st. I'll get into that at the end of the video. But yeah, so let me subscribe to the channel if you want to. Really appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you. We're on the road to 1K. Make some magic happen. If you want to film the craziness that is X on my new account, because again, I still can't get in the old one. Thanks, Elon. It's not his fault, but still. Want to follow me on X? Link will be in the description. What the hell subscriber roll call? Last 3 years I've done this. I asked some subscriber roll call, what's your favorite school? Shout it out in the comments of the video that it occurred in. We're not starting it yet. May 1st this starts. And I do prediction videos, win-loss record, for game by game for your school. I did before, it was everybody in the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12. This past season was ACC, everybody in the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, the American, the Mountain West, the Pac-12, and the Sun Belt, plus any independent schools that came in, other schools that were not on those lists, and that was Notre Dame. It was like 120 schools I did win-loss records on, game by game. Now, since nobody's watching the ones that don't involve subscriber schools, because turns out those are the only ones anybody was interested in, I'm just doing the ones that you want, which you were suggested in comments of other videos and posts I've done on X or on YouTube, community posts. So that's what we're going to do. And the problem is last year we had 45 schools. May 1st, there's certain schools that are already grandfathered in. Like I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, Tennessee on there. Hopefully we have a starting quarterback by that time. I'm going to let you in a little secret. I don't think Tennessee's going to the playoff this year. Unless they hit a home run on the damn quarterback portal, they may be going 7-5. Yikes. But certain schools will get grandfathered in, but last year's 45 schools. The grandfathered schools that we're in are going to get done. There's like 6 or 7 of those. Everybody else starts on the 15th. Every year the list has gotten bigger. So let's say because of additions, it's 45 schools. Let's just say for argument. 45 schools starting May 15th. June 15th, July 15th, August 15th. 90 days, 45 videos. Videos like this y'all be begging for and tired of the damn subscriber ones, but that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be crank. I'm going to be cranking them out one every other day. And possibly 2 a day, depending on how things go. I'm trying to catch up on things if I'm under the weather or whatever, which or problems happen, which they do. This is life. But that's coming in the future. So these videos like this are going to be fewer and fewer. When something big comes up, I'm going to do one of them. But it's going to be a lot of prediction videos. Because I'm expecting the list to get bigger from last year. So, I've done enough running my mouth. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Man, the cab is bright as hell right now. You can't see this. I got the shades closed and it's already that much sunlight in. So, thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Weather is weird. Up in Michigan, it was, I would call it drizzling. Sleet. Upstate Michigan, 36 degrees. Come back down here in Tennessee at 70. Way goes life with truckers. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Be safe out there and please be good to each other.